We're just having a paddle around right now, riding a swan through beautiful limestone karst. We're in Bien Hoa city, kind of northwest of Ho Chi Minh City. It's a pretty big city. It's actually, I think, the 5th or 6th biggest city in all of Vietnam. But not a lot of tourists make it up here. There's not really much to do, not much to see. But we came up and came to this park. Bulong, something like that. They call it the Halong Bay of the South, which is kind of silly because, you know, it's nothing compared to Halong Bay, but it's a fun afternoon, and there's a water park here, just a little tiny pool and play area. Bumper cars are kind of lame if you're the only one riding. And small zoo. So I can't say that I'd recommend the zoo here. It's nice they pumped some beautiful music in for the animals, but it's pretty bad, right? Wouldn't you agree? One of them escaped. Excuse me. Pretty romantic stroll.
The dino park.
Oh shit, it's T-Rex. So we made a stop at Nok Fat restaurant. It's a riverside restaurant. There's a cafe as well. But we're sitting right on a dock. There's a boat next to us. A boat that way and a boat this way, and river behind me. There's a lot of rivers in Bien Hoa. The Dong Nai is the main one that runs through it. Dong Nai is actually the name of the province. This is it, Dong Nai. You can see all the little houses. I guess they're fishing houses. I don't know if people actually live there.
Do you think there's many foreigners that live in the city?
Bien Hoa is actually a really nice town, nice city. Just driving around, there's lots of parks, there's beautiful spaces. It's built up enough that you could live here and you'd have everything you need pretty much. But the one problem is, I'm standing like right in front of the old airport. It was actually an old military base for America, and they made Agent Orange here and stored it here. I'm sure you've heard about Agent Orange and the effects it's had, cancer and deformities, and even a couple generations removed, people are still suffering from these problems. 4.8 million Vietnamese people were directly affected by the toxins made here. What's the word again? Dioxin, the most dioxin contaminated place in the whole world. They just recently discovered that it was worse than they had originally thought, but they're working on cleaning it up. Actually, a company from Japan developed a way to clean the soil because of the nuclear problems that they had with their earthquake and their typhoon. Basically, they take the soil, heat it up to 1,000 degrees Celsius or something, and it's okay. But it's a huge job. They estimate to clean up this area is $250 million, which is a huge amount of money, especially in this country. The government's estimating that they'll have it all cleaned up by 2020, but there doesn't seem to be any work being done. Currently, there's about 9,200 people that live in this province that are suffering from the dioxin. The government gives them money. They give them about 1.8 million dong a month, which is about $80. And they're only giving money to people who had fought in the war, whose family had fought in the war. So the people who just got it because they were eating fish out of the lake or picking vegetables that grew in the soil, they're not really getting any money. They get a little bit for disability, but in Vietnam that's about $10 a month. There are a couple of charities you can donate money to or work with, and I'll have a link to that in the description on the page. But you know, whatever you can do to help.